Hello all, welcome to R&D Labs with me Rohan, and today is a brand new subject that we'll be seeing. And today we are going to discuss about showing ads in your app. And how do we do it? We'll be integrating the ad mobs within your Swift project and we'll see how it goes. Let's check this out. For this tutorial, I have created a startup project in Swift using Storyboard, and I have created a single view application project. Okay, since this tutorial is all about ads, let's open up the AdMob page and create an app over there. Okay, so I will always recommend to open up either Chrome or Edge if you're trying to deal with Firebase or anything regarding Google, because sometimes some components are not supported within Safari. Okay, so I always recommend that. So let's open up Edge, and I have the page of Google AdMob over here. Okay, so the URL is apps.admob. Once the page opens up, you will have to set up your account. Okay, and one thing is very important for you guys to know is like Google will take at least 24 hours. In rare to rare cases, it will take at least 2 weeks to approve your account, and until then you will not be able to see ads within your iOS app. Okay, even if you are in the test phase, even if you're following the tutorial and trying to see the ads within your iOS app, it will take at least 24 hours for Google to approve your account. Okay, so once your account is approved, it is then only that you'll be able to see the ads within your iOS app. So mine took around 7 hours roughly. Okay, and it was like we were able to see the account is still pending to be approved within this card. Okay, so once the account is approved, then only I was able to see the ad myself within the iOS app. Okay, so once your account is approved, everything is a green flag for you. You can just create the apps to show ads within your iOS app. Okay, so this is what it is. And next thing what you're going to see over here is one important thing. You will have to kind of set up your payment. Okay, so without setting up your payment, you will not be able to monetize your app. Okay, so you will have to set up your payment, and the best thing to do is within the Chrome or the Edge platform. And once you're able to set up a payment, then the amount will be credited to your account gradually. Okay, so this is something that you need to remember. And let's first go and open up the apps section, and I have already created an AdMob app over here just for testing purposes. So for this tutorial, we'll be going to create another app. Okay, so let's click that, and our platform is always iOS, so we'll be having that checked. And secondly, this is very important for this tutorial, since we are not going to upload it to the App Store and wait for the app to show up within the App Store. So we are not going to check the first option, and we are going to check the second option, which is no. Okay, so once you do that, you have to pick up a name. Maybe say test ad mob 2 is what I'm going to pick, and let's have this checked. This is really good to have this checked to know the user metrics. So once you do that, you just click add app, and we are done. Okay, so this is what you got to do right now within the AdMob page. Okay, so once we progress in the tutorial, we will have to come back over here because we need to pick out the ad unit, the app units, which are like a long code. Okay, and we will have to add it within our app. Okay, so this is the ad unit, and we have the app ID. Okay, so these are the things that we will have to pick out from here and show it within our app. Okay, so let's get back to our Xcode project. And the second thing that we got to do over here is we will have to create a pod file, and we will have to import the Google Ad Services pod into our project. Okay, so let's get that done. So let's open up the terminal and let's cd into our project folder, which is cd documents, cd labs. Okay, and over here we have created cd AdMob test. Okay, so we are into our project folder. Now let's create a pod file over there. So let's say pod init. So the pod file is created. Now let's minimize, or rather close this and open up our pod file. So the pod file is here, and what we will do is we will have to write a pod command over here. Okay, so let's write pod, and within single quotes let's write Google mobile ads SDK. Okay, so this is what you got to do, and let's keep the pod as a smaller case, and that's it. You just have to save this, go back to our terminal and say pod install. We will have to wait for a while, and yes, it's done. So next thing that you got to do over here is you will have to open up the XE workspace file for the pods to show up. So let's open up the XE workspace file and make some room. So once the solution is open, the first thing that you got to do is go to the app.delegate.swift class and import GoogleMobileAds into the header. Okay, so let's go and write import GoogleMobileAds. And if you're wondering, there will be an error over here as you're seeing right now. So the first thing that you got to do over here is just try to build it so that all the pods are able to compile itself and things are ready. Okay, so that error will go eventually, as you are seeing right now. Let's give that some time. Okay, so the build is ready, and the error that you were seeing earlier is also gone. So that means the pods are compiled successfully and you're able to continue further. Okay, so next thing that you're going to do is you will have to head into the did finish launching with options method, and you will have to write a line of code which is for the Google Mobile Ads to start. Okay, so let's go here and make some room and just write GAD mobile ads. Okay, so let's write GAD mobile ads dot shared instance. Okay, dot start, and within the completion handler you just have to write nil, and this is all that you got to do within the app delegate dot swift class. Okay, next we have to show ads within our view controller, isn't it? So let's go up to our view controller.swift class and import Google Mobile Ads. So we will just copy this line of code and go to our view controller.swift class and paste it there. All right. So after you have imported the Google Mobile Ads into your view controller.swift class, next thing that you got to do is declare a variable of type GAD banner view. Okay, so let's make some room here and just write var o banner view of type GAD banner view, and we have declared a variable of type banner view. Okay, so now what Google Mobile Ads actually provide to you is they show ads in different types. Okay, so you have the banner ads, you have interstitial ads, you have ads as full page. Okay, so we will go back to our AdMob page and select the ad type. Okay, so let's open up the AdMob page. Let's open up Edge over here, and let's open up the ad units. Okay, so we had gone through this. Okay, so we will have to open up the ad units over there and just click get started. And over here we have different types of ad types. Okay, so we have a banner, we have interstitial, we have rewarded interstitial, rewarded native, advanced, app open. Okay, so we will get through all these types in the future, okay, in the tutorials that we will be covering. And for this tutorial, let's go into a simple app or rather ad type, which is banner. So let's select banner, and let's give it a name. We can say test AdMob banner 2. Okay, and that's it. So if you want to see what are the advanced settings, you can just set up according to your preference over here, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to create a ad unit. Okay, and once you're done, you need to keep track of all these things. Okay, so the first thing that you're seeing over here is the app ID, and the second bunch of code that you're seeing below this is called the ad unit ID. Okay, so both the things need to be kept handy for you for this tutorial. Okay, now let's get back to our viewController.Swift class, and over there we will have to specify the banner view size, and we will have to configure a few more important steps over there so that your ads are shown within the iOS app. Okay, so let's go to our viewController.Swift class and make some room within the view.load method, and over here let's configure oBannerView variable that we had declared earlier. So let's write oBannerView is equal to GAD banner view, and within parenthesis we will have to specify the ad size. Okay, so we have seen like there are different types of ad sizes, so let's write GAD ad size, and which is banner, that is what we had created within the AdMob profile. And let's go down and we will have to specify the delegate over here. Okay, why? You will have to handle the errors, or rather the events that will be within your app. Okay, so it is a good practice for you to create a delegate so that you are able to handle events for that particular ad. Okay, so let's write oBannerView.delegate is equal to self, and before that we will have to set up the delegate over here. So let's write GAD banner view delegate. Okay, and next thing that you got to do is just write oBannerView.addUnitID is equal to, where is our ad unit ID? We had just seen in the in our profile, this is our ad unit ID. Okay, so this is the ad unit ID for the ad type that we had selected. So let's copy this and let's paste it within the parenthesis, and that's it. Okay, next we will have to specify the root view controller for this, so we will set it up as self. So oBannerView.root view controller is equal to self. And what else? You will have to load the ad, isn't it? So oBannerView.load. Okay, and we will have to specify the GAD request over here. Okay, so this line over here is actually what loads the ad within the banner. Okay, so any random ad Google picks up and it will show within the banner view. Okay, so this is very important step, don't miss it. And next is what? We will have to specify the UI part of it. Okay, so let's build a frame. So oBannerView.frame, okay, is equal to within CGRect. Okay, we will have to specify the XY width and height. Okay, so let's write X is 0, Y is view.frame.size, frame.size.height. I like it, I think around 100, just above the base of your UI. And then the width is the width of the view, right? So let's write view.frame.size.width. Okay, and the height is 50. All right, so things are okay in terms of the UI, and let's write integral so that a nice little rectangle is formed over there and seen. Okay, so that is it. So we have the frame ready. Now let's add this banner view to our view. Okay, so we have the view, so let's write add subview. Okay, and let's pass our banner view within it. Okay, so what we have done in the past few lines of code is we have set up the view controller, okay, to have the banner view within it, okay, with these configurations. So what are the configuration? First thing that we got to see is the size of the banner. Then we had set up the delegate. Next, we went into our AdMob page and fetched the ad unit ID. Then we had specified the root view controller for it. Then we had loaded the ad. It's a random request. Next, we set up the frame for it. And then we have added the O banner view into our view as a sub view. Okay, so this is what we have done in the past few lines of code. Now it's very important. With this, you'll be able to see ads within your iOS app. Okay, so next what we are going to do is we are going to handle events. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so just for the sake, like if you have an inactive account, for example, okay, so if you're following along and you are not able to see ads within your iOS app or the simulator, it may be like, you know, the account is not activated yet, and Google does take some time for the account to be activated. In my case, it took 8 hours. Okay, and in worst cases it has taken even 2 weeks, okay, for some of them. Okay, so you need to activate the account. Okay, so in this case, what will happen, you will not even able to know why the ads are not showing up on within your iOS app. So it is a good practice for you to kind of write the handlers for the event that are going to come up. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's write function and let's write banner did receive ad. Okay, and just write a print statement like ad received, okay, just for you to keep track of your banner view functioning. And secondly, which is function banner view did fail, is there, yeah, did failed to receive ad with error, and just write print. Okay, and ad failed, and using string interpolation we can even see the description of that ad, isn't it? So let's write error dot localized description. Okay, so the ad has failed, and this is the reason for that, is what you can show within your console. Okay, so I think this is ready. One more important step over here is you will have to configure the app. You remember we had 2 lines of codes over there. One is for the ad unit that we have already written over here. The second one is the app ID, isn't it? So we will have to go to our info.plist file and we will have to create a key over here. Okay, so which key is like, we will have to create a key by the name GAD application identifier. Okay, and we will have to specify the app ID over here. Okay, and once we go into our project, we can just see that there is a application ID which is specified within our profile. Okay, so let's copy this and let's paste it here. That's it. Let's build this. Great. So now, as I always say to everyone, if it is Firebase or anything to do with Google, it is best to kind of perform your tests within a physical iOS device. You might be lucky using a simulator. You may go ahead and try, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to set it up within my physical iOS device. So I'm just going to plug that in. So my iPhone is plugged in and I'm going to run the app within my iOS device. So let's go ahead and do that. It's taking a while to push the app to the iOS device. Let me see this. Okay, so the app has launched. And okay, so there is something that I have missed out, and this is really important, and it was part of my initial testing as well. So what it has shown over here is, since this particular device is still in the test, you remember we had selected 2 options. One is the app within the App Store, and the one that is available outside the App Store, that is still in the test environment apparently. Okay, so we will have to kind of copy this. so that the ads are shown within our test device. Okay, so where you need to copy this is we have to go back to our appDelegate.swift class, and we will have to write this code below the shared instance. Okay, so we have done this, and we just have to copy this below that. Okay, and just save it, and you will have to remove the @ symbol and just make some room over here properly and save it, build it, and let's run this again. Okay, wow, you see the ad is shown on my iOS device now, and what is showing over it is called as test mode. Okay, so this is really good because the app is still not in production. By production meaning it is still not live on the App Store or Google Play Store if you are using this for the Android app as well. So if you tap on this ad, it will open up the Safari browser, and it will take to the ad website. Okay, so this is what the ads are for apparently. So this is the ad for it. It's just a random ad that Google is showing to the user on your app. So let's do a quick recap on what we have covered in this tutorial. First thing that we have done is we had gone to our AdMob page and created a profile. Rather, I had already a profile, so I just told you how to create a profile, set up your payments, wait for Google to approve. Guys, this is really important. Wait for Google to approve your account. Without that, you'll not be able to see ads within the iOS device, even if it is in the test mode. Okay, so wait for Google to approve it. Next, you need to create an ad unit. Okay, and keep things ready over here. Then go on to our Xcode XE workspace file, create the pod files for the Google Mobile Ad services. Write these 2 lines of code, and you'll not be able to get this unless the app is running within the simulator or the physical iOS device. So just wait, and you can see this line of code within the console. So once you have seen this line within the console, just copy that within the appDelegate.swift class. We had covered a lot of things within the viewController.swift class, and we had configured the banner view over there. We had specified the banner view delegate, and we had written the 2 functions for handling the events for the banner view, which are the banner view did receive ad and the banner view did fail to receive ad with error. So it's that simple to integrate Google AdMob into your Swift project. If you followed along the tutorial correctly, you'll be able to show ads in your iOS app. If you have any doubts, please reach me out in the comment section. I'll be happy to help as always. And please like and subscribe to the channel, and see you until next time. Cheers.